Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to our panel who are Madam MARHAPIZAH ISMAIL and Dr. ARDYANTI AHMAD. I am Illmi Syakir bin AZHARI and my partner MUHAMAD SUFI bin LANI. Today we would like to present about our research project entitled An Analysis of Understanding the Method by the Political Party in Choosing Candidate to Prevent Party Hopping in KEDAH, which is supervised by our beloved lecturer Sir TUNKU NASHRIL TUNKU ABAIDAH. Let's move on to the first content, which is background of studies. Compared to other Southeast Asian countries, Malaysia has the most members of parliament who switch parties. In addition to Malaysia, Brazil, Italy, Romania, Ukraine, India, Philippines, and New Zealand also have a problem with member of parliament who change the party often. According to Subramaniam, party hopping, floor crossing, carpet crossing, waka jumping, and defection are all terms that describe a significant phenomenon that endangers the stability of parties, the distribution of power in legislature, and continuance of governments, and ultimately the value of viability and democracy. There are many ways party hopping can be happen. Some elected representatives switch sides after disagreement with the party leader, some are sacked, some have a change heard, relying to their political direction, and others quietly are simply brought over. In this regard, every political party has taken steps to implement policies that will make it more difficult to candidates running from office to switch party during the general elections. This research will analyze the method used by political party in choosing candidate to prevent the party hopping. Next, we go to the problem statement. Highlight from history prove the seeds of the beginning of party hopping in effect as early as 1964 when YB Soufi Idris was a former UMNO member who sucked not being chosen as a candidate in N16 Kota Baru Timur, then jumped to the party PAS. After joining PAS, Soufi bin Idris won the general election in 1959 and 1964. In the general election 1969, once again Soufi bin Idris jumped party to UMNO. Not only in the Peninsula, during the ex-general election in 1919, Parti Bersatu Sabah announced its exit from Barisan Nasional and the ground of being ignored and joining Gagasan Rakyat led by Tengku Razalik Hamzah. The party hopping issue becomes serious issue in every general election since the 14th general election in 2018. More than 40 members of Dewan Rakyat have switched their party affiliation, which account for around 20% of all members of parliaments. Politicians who have previously engaged in abuse of power or breach of trust may feel concerned about this development because they fear the repercussions for those who will be investigated. Defection to the ruling party is therefore a prudent and secure course of action for individuals who wish to prevent attention. This is because in the majority of instances, members of the ruling party will not face charge for crime committed by their friends in the opposition party, making them pure and immune to the punishment. First, we go to research question, which is, what is the politician's perspective in KEDAH about party hopping, and that repeatedly happen after general elections? And then, what is the reason or factor of party hopping happen in KEDAH? Next, what is the method of political party in choosing candidate to prevent party hopping? The research objective is to analyze the perspective about party hopping among politicians in KEDAH and then to investigate the reason or factor of party hopping happen in KEDAH, and lastly, to understand the method by the political party in choosing candidate. This is literature review part and there are 4 components in this part. The first one is political strength formation in Malaysia. The main thing that led to political organisation through was a British plan to form a single Malayan union that would include all Malayan territory except for Singapore. This union would reduce state autonomy and give non-Malay equal political and citizenship rights. Dato' On bin Jaafar led a huge rise in Malay political opposition to this plan. This led to the creation of the United Malay National Organisation UMNO in 1946 as a way for Malay nationalism and political assertiveness. Next is how general elections start. It has seen many elections that have shaped the history since the first one in Malaya and now known as Malaysia in 1951. One of the greatest success of democratic government is the electoral system that allow the citizen to choose their representative. Constituents vote for their representative in the state legislative assembly or parliament based on the party ticket of the candidate running for office or on the merits of the individual candidates. Next is the starter of party hopping in Malaysia. The beginning of party hopping is by YB Sufi bin Idris and ex-UMNO members who defected to the PAS party in 1964 after being rejected as a candidate in N16 Kota Baru Timur, was a key figure to the emergence of nomadism in Malaysia. After general election, the 14th, the political landscape of Malaysia started to shift after the defected of the Barisan Nasional Coalition in May 2018. The following elected representatives decide to abandon their previous affiliation with the party. The practice of party hopping is extremely common and is led to the loss of seat for political party whenever the candidates engage in the activities that constitute party hoppings. And lastly is a political party's effort in choosing the candidate for general election. In this regard, every political party has taken steps to implement policies that will make it more difficult for candidates running for office to switch party during the general election. Next, we move to the theoretical framework. The first is opportunity theory. It was claimed by Bertrand Russell in 1938 that power is a basic term in political science. Yasser Amir Piliam developed the theory of opportunity processing, which mentioned that power is the important thing in the theory of opportunity. The power that is considered to be a king in the political arena is money, which can influence the decision of certain elected officials to quit or switch the party. For example, respondents say that in addition, the candidate who jumped the party has been promised rank and position. The second is values, ideological clarity, and stability theory. The fundamental determinant of determining lawmaker representation or method and by extension their voting pattern is the value held by political party. In the similar spirit, AHMAD say that when political party are unstable, it is hard to predict the voting behavior of legislators based on their party affiliation, and politicians frequently jump party with the freedom. Therefore, according to the findings of the study on party switching, party with weak framework may predict an increase in defection. The first one is research design, which is qualitative approach were used. Qualitative method is used to understand people's belief, experience, attitude, behavior, and interaction. And lastly, it's generate non-numerical data. And then the unit of analysis is focused on every politician in every political party in KEDAH. And next, population and sample size. For sample size, 1 person from DAP, 2 person from UMNO, 1 from Amanah, 1 from PKR, and 1 from PAS. And then the sampling technique is purposive sampling technique. Researcher can set out to identify members of the population who are likely to propose certain characteristic or experience and to be willing to share them with researcher. And then data collection. Researcher provide questionnaire consists of 7 questions and interview conduct using English and Malay language. The interview conduct in face-to-face and virtual meet. Secondary sources such as article and news also used for support the evidence. The data analysis is qualitative data analysis, processing of organizing, analyzing, and interpreting qualitative data.
Assalamualaikum, I am Muhammad Sufi bin LANI and I will continue the presentation with findings of the study. Under findings, there will have 3 research objectives, which are the first, to analyze the perspective about party hopping among politicians in KEDAH. Second, to investigate the method by the political party in choosing candidate. Third is to understand the reason or factor of party hopping among the candidates. For the first finding, which for the research objective number 1, which is to analyze the perspective about party hopping among politicians in KEDAH. For the study, the target group are from respondents of different political party. The party are PAS, UMNO, PKR, Amanah, and DAP. As take from the collected data from the study has been highlighted in slide, which the respondent answers that party hopping occurs when a person wins a seat and then switch to another party. Next, he also mentions that going from one political party to another is not good in terms of moral. The other respondents also mentioned that party hopping is immoral and this should not happen, and the act of party hopping itself is a betrayal of the trust given by the people. The research objective for number 1 is success because all the respondents has a capability and successful to answer the question, even though respondents come from different parties, but all of their opinion and answers are same. Next, I will continue for the second research objective, which to investigate the method by the political party in choosing candidates as take from collected data, which from the answers of the respondent, which the first respondent mentioned that the process or method carried out by the UMNO to select truly qualified candidate is based on the WALI concept. W is stand for winnable, A for acceptable, and LI is for likable. After that, the top 5 in UMNO will choose the candidates. Second respondent mentioned that Parti Islam Malaysia pass, practice or use Majlis Syura Ulama. The members of this organisation is who hold higher position and expertise person. While for the Amanah, the third respondent mentioned that there will be name in the branch level and it will go to the area level for filtering, then the name will go to the state level for the next filter. Names that are successfully screened at the state level will be sent to the national level and the president will choose. By the end of the result, all of the answers has successfully achieved the research objective, which the researcher know the method of each party. Even though all the respondents come from the different political party and have different method, but at the end, the party objective is to choose the qualified candidates. Lastly, for the third research objective, which is to understand the reason or factor of party hopping. Among the candidates, as take from the collected data, the respondent mentioned that there was no specific law to curb party hopping in the 14th general election, and who jumps the party have been promised ranks and power. Second, respondents mentioned that struggle for power, which for example, the Muhyiddin camp seen an opportunity to become a government, and it made them to out from coalition with Pakatan Harapan and make the Sheraton move. The respondents' answer shows that the third research objective has successfully achieved because on this study, the researcher can know the reason and factor of party hopping. Next, we move to the limitation. There are few limitations that have been recognized. The first limitation is small sample size for data collection. This because this study only took one respondent from one political party and there were 6 respondents from different political party. This cause information, answers and finding of study can be limited and no extra explanation for the study. This because the question needs a capable person to answer and understand. Second is geographical area. Choosing geographical area as limitation is because few constraints like issue of transportation, cost of money and limitation of time. Next, because the general election are 15, many politicians in Kedah were busy and especially the government side. This lead to hard find respondent for the study. Next, we move to the recommendation. There are several recommendations that might be able to solve or to improve for a better study. First recommendation is increase sample size for data collection. With this point, the researchers can interview the politician who active and not only focus to the politician who hold higher position. From this, the collected data can gain more and have variety. Second recommendation is expand the geographical area. The area of search respondents can be expanded in east and south states. The place can be expanded, but the place can also still near Kedah as researchers from Kedah. For example, Pulau Pinang, Perlis, Perak are the suitable when considered cost and transportation for the researchers to make an interview. For the conclusion, the presentation is based on the title of the study, which is an analysis of understanding the method by the political party in choosing candidates to prevent party hopping in Kedah. With using the element that have in the report, it ensures that the presentation can be delivered efficient and effectively to easy the readers. Presentation will be the second method by the researchers to make sure that this study can be easier for the reader to understand rather than reading all text from the written reports.